Hello, welcome to part 2 of the PiCar-X. Picking up where we left off. Now we're going to install the M326 standoffs, 2 of them, right here. My right hand continues to slowly get better, so I'm hoping to recover it, 100%. There we go. Standoff's done. Okay. Step 11, the camera. So the pins need to face this way with the direction of the camera, and the back side to the back of the camera. As I said in the first video, because I installed the hat with the Raspberry Pi 5 heatsink and fan, the 2 little twists will allow you to install this for it to face the right way, to put it in there on the camera. I still get a little pinch function out of that. I didn't have any movement in my right side after the stroke. So this is the camera that came with the kit. The Sunfounder Rev 1.3. This is the Raspberry Pi camera Module 3. And I don't think it's going to fit in the head without some modification to the head, because it's so much larger around the lens. This is an autofocus Raspberry Pi camera 1.3, and it does fit. I'm wondering if the Raspberry Pi version 2 camera will fit if you want higher resolution out of your feed. I don't have one of those, so I'm going with the original included camera for now. Now I'm going to install the R2048 rivets. I need 4 of them, and that's going to secure the camera inside the head. Putting the camera in is definitely a tricky one for me. So, using the plasticine again, you have to be gentle with these rivets. Make sure they come through on the back. And then don't push too hard, because they might break. It's a good helper. No static, no metal in it, so it works. There we go, all done. Gonna wait till the end to take off the lens protector. Now for the tricky part, threading the needle. Okay, last one. done. I've moved on to step 14. Install a servo on the B plate, making it as pan. Pay attention to the direction of the servo wire. Here we're riveting the tilt servo. You've got to make sure that you've got this rivet all the way through before you push. See, it's all the way through. There we go. So I'm getting to the stage now where I have to zero the servos. Zeroing the servos has been simplified. You turn the power on. I already had the servo plugged into P11. Then I pressed the servo zeroing button. The green light blinks, and then the servo will zero. So the script is already installed on the robot hat. I'll do it again with this servo that's not zeroed. Each time you have to plug this into 11, P11. So let's do that. Turn it on. There you go. It's zeroed. I'm going to secure the head onto the servos. There's a slight deviation which you can fix in calibration. Okay, that's secured. We're gonna do step 19 now. And I gotta get that washer. So I'll look in my bowl of goodies. And it's that one. I always like to remove that. That's the acrylic washer. I've attached the head and the two servos. Again, there's another slight deviation that can be fixed in the calibration later. R2056 for the steering servo. I only need 2 rivets. They're installed. I don't find the rivets a problem. You just have to be gentle. You don't need as much force as you think you need. And you have to make sure they go through the bottom. And then you press and press. Too much force and you will break them. Now to start assembling the steering mechanism using the G plate and this servo arm, and it'll go on the last hole of the servo arm with the M153 self-tapping screw. That's the servo arm attached. Do not over tighten. It has to be able to move. You want to attach the servo arm as so. So make sure it's pointing towards the ultrasonic sensor. And you got a right angle with the G plate. There we go. Secured. It's time to put on the D-plate with the M36 screws. And it'll go on these standoffs that you put on in the beginning. Always be gentle when you're moving the robot about. It's got its camera cable and whatnot, and the robot hat and Raspberry Pi attached. It helps in putting my right hand to use for rehab. On to step 24 with the R3055 rivets. The grayscale module. I love these static bags and the crinkly sound they make. Okay. Out you come. I've gone ahead and done that. Step 25. Attach the E plate on the right side and the F plate on the left side for the front wheels using 3/065 rivets. Again, make sure the post goes all the way through. Lift that up. And then push. There's a little bit of play to let them spin freely. I always like to go steadily and surely. Made my first mistake. That bottom rivet isn't wrong. Should be the other way around. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but it bugs me when I do something wrong. So I'll make sure I don't make that mistake on the other side. Yep, step 25. Bottom rivet goes up. There we go. Steering assembly done. Yay! Now the wheels. Step 26, the front wheels. Step 27, the rear wheels. We're using the R30185 rivets with these washers. So, for doing this with one hand, someone in my situation, I've got the robot as level as I can get it with the support of a rear tire. And I'm going to do this. The rear wheels are pretty simple. You just insert them onto the motor shaft, line them up. And that's the wheels. The PiCar-X is coming together. Now to start wiring up. Looking good. Step 28, we're going to use the 4-pin and 5-pin. Plug in the 4-pin wire into the ultrasonic module first, and then insert the 5-pin wire for the grayscale module. I've gone ahead and done that. Then simply pass through the wires of the ultrasonic sensor and grayscale module through this hole. Time to connect the wires. A point on which I should take my time and check it twice and follow the instructions carefully. So I've done all the wiring. I just need to attach the wrapper to make it all Neat. That's the build. In the next video, part 3, we'll fire up the Raspberry Pi 5, install the code, and get the robot functioning, and see what it can do. Thanks for watching.